Hi, everybody. This is Marilyn. Do we have any audio for this? I'm sort of hoping we might. Good. Okay, thank you. Hello, everybody. This is Marilyn, and it's time for the noon edition of Welcome to My World. This is the 16th of August, and it is a Tuesday. So, happy Tuesday. My goodness, we've had some interesting things going on this morning. Yesterday we had all four of the indices were really strong, gave nice trends and nice trades. Today it has been crude oil and gold and bonds and the U.S. dollar. If anybody trades any of those, they had nice trends and, you know, the kind of easy trades where you don't have to kind of wonder, oh, good grief. But bonds right now is in a terrific chop, and it's likely to stay that way because don't forget, tomorrow at 2 o'clock, we have the FOMAC minutes will be released. So all of the indices are kind of cooking along. NQ has been a little stronger than the others, it looks like, but none of them are doing anything. YM looks, I don't usually trade the YM, but it sure looks like if you got good ticks out of that today, you probably earned them. The big news is that crude oil is moving up. And right now it's trying to break this 46.50-ish level. I think it probably will. Might go on up to the 46.90-ish level. There's a big sell zone sitting up there waiting for it. But OPEC is making a lot of noise about how they want to. They've decided now they've had about enough of low prices of crude oil, and there's pretty good production that doesn't look like it's going to cause the price of oil to keep on rising unless they cut some of their production. So all they do is talk, and you know, that's a lot like FOMAC. They talk and talk and talk and don't do too much. If you like to trade the any of the Forex crosses with the British pound, there's a lot of significant economic numbers that are coming out this week. You can expect the British pound to be reasonably volatile. So I would check the news tab on the Apex website, because Daryl puts really nice trade strategies and what pairs and what time to get in the trade and what expiry, and those are very helpful to people that like to trade Nadex, or even if you like to trade the straight up Forex pair crosses. But in UK, what is happening this week is these are their first batch of economic numbers after the vote to exit the Eurozone. So everybody's paying pretty close attention to those. Anytime there's that kind of volatility, then that's where the trades are. Needless to say, if the bus driver is waiting for a lot of thick paint to dry on his bus, nothing moves very much. So volatility is where the opportunity is. The VIX is trying to come up. I don't know that it's going to be too successful, but it's trading right now 1243. See if it can push itself up. Then we might see the indices sell off a little bit. But yesterday was, you know, everything got into nosebleed territory yesterday. So today is kind of, it looks like they're kind of recouping from the massive move up yesterday in all the indices. See if that holds. Tomorrow will be interesting because it will it'll give us a better idea if this is going to continue to push on up. We've got 2 more weeks to wait until after Labor Day, and that's when a lot of money, the big boy traders will be back, and a lot of money will start to move in these markets. They'll start to shift it around. So this is not too early to be thinking about your fourth quarter goal setting and your business plan for the fourth quarter. A lot of people do that about mid-August, so they're ready to go right with Labor Day on what their game plan is for the last quarter of the year. And that's probably a pretty good idea. Sometimes I know I kind of sit down and think about what strategies I want to use, where I've been making the best trades and where I've been making the worst trades, so I can focus on the best and let go of the worst, and try to hone some of the things that I'm looking for into this fourth quarter, because there will be a lot of good opportunities. So tomorrow we're going to have our normal crude oil inventory, and that'll be at 10:30 tomorrow. And the British pound news, that the numbers that are coming out of the UK will be out tomorrow morning at 4:30, and that's Eastern time. So some of the Breakfast Club sometimes jumps on some of those trades. Not anything happening in the U.S. market tomorrow at 8:30 in terms of news numbers. 10:30 is crude oil, and then at 1 o'clock, one of the members of the Brain Trust is going to speak. But at 2 o'clock, they're going to release the FOMAC news. So hold that thought. And then I think, let me double check on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday we'll have some more 8:30 news, but we'll just take this one day at a time. For those of you who popped into this room late, I would suggest that you scroll back up and try to find some of these screenshots, because I think Jamel put in some, and Craig put in some, and maybe Anthony did. I'm not sure. There's been a lot of posting in here, and some of those charts are really, really nice because they're clean and they're easy to see, and it'll give you an idea of why the so-called back room of Apex is working so hard to get these new indicators out. This is really cool stuff. You know, it's one thing to have the programmers program the whole thing and all the numbers and everything that works, but they're programmers. So then the traders have to figure out, okay, well, this is all wonderful. What do we do with it? So right now it's a matter of identifying very simple, easy to follow rules that will give us the highest probability of success in using some of this new stuff for trades. keep in mind there's a lot of talking heads. You know, the price of cattle's going up, and all the weather issues with grains and this and that, and talking heads, and the OPEC and the whoever with all kinds of crude oil. These people get paid to talk a lot. They do not get paid to be right. They also don't get paid to give you identified trades. So, you know, all that stuff is frankly kind of it's nice. I mean, if you like to listen to that stuff, I just tune it out because it's not going to do me any good. What's going to do me the most good is looking at my charts and identifying the entries, the entries, the entries, the entries. If you don't get the entry right, you don't have a trade. It's just that simple. So if you're new and this is all, you're kind of sitting there going, oh my goodness, what are these people doing? Focus on the entries. Where do you enter? Because the rest of it is basically trade management, and you will get that. That comes easier. But if you get in with a poor entry, you basically have got you've got a fire to put out. You're in crisis management. You're not in trade management. So the entry, the entry, the entry, that's the most important thing. And it looks like Lori might be sweet talked into opening the conference room. She says she can if anybody wants her to. This conference room is kind of an on-demand, so you have to make a request because if nobody really is interested for that day or doesn't have the time